Alright, so this next tutorial is going to be on the scale of chords. And the scale of chords is something that I learned, but I never fully understood how to apply it until a couple months ago when I watched the Barry Harris video. Right? So before I start off this lesson, I want to give a couple shout outs. A shout out to Charles with Chordie app. Chordie app is what you see at the top with the treble clef and the bass clef and keys that light up. Alright, this app is very useful and effective, and it's pretty cheap. It's $15 for the app, and it names all the chords and lights up the MIDI. Right? So I want to give a shout out to Charles, and I want to give a shout out to Terrence Humble Keys Robinson. Humble Keys is his YouTube page. He is responsible for helping me with this setup that you see, this overhead setup of this camera. I got it all from him, like the tools to do so. So I really want to thank him for all his help in my growth and me trying to have these tutorials and just my different videos to look more professional. Alright, so with that being said, we can start with the lesson. Alright, so we're going to start in the key of C, and we're going to do the C major scale. So we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Alright, and it comes back down. Alright, and then now we're going to do it in numbers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, or 8. Alright. Okay, now we're going to start off with these scale of chords in basic triads first. So we have C major root position, but this can go for all major keys, and so I want to make that clear. Alright, so when you're on the 1 of any major scale or key, the 1 is usually major. When you're on the 2, when I say usually, I mean like 80%. Alright, so sometimes it changes, but once you understand this, it helps because you can apply it to different places. So like I said, the 1 is major, the 2 is usually minor, the 3 is usually minor, the 4 is usually major, 5 usually major, 6 usually minor, 7 usually diminished, and 1 is usually major. Alright, I'm gonna go over some of the different, these are different qualities, I would say. So I'm gonna go over the different qualities just over a C, right? So this is C major root position chord, right? To make it minor, you flatten the 3rd C minor root position. To make it diminished, you have a minor and you flatten 5th C diminished root position, right? So when you're seeing these different chords, they were either you just go straight to it and it's minor or major, or if you know it as a major, like a D as a major, to make it minor, you flatten the 3rd. If you know a B as usually B major and you want to make it diminished, you have it like this, and then you flatten the 3rd, you flatten the 5th, now it's diminished. And what you have to notice about this is that every chord that I played has notes that are in the key of C, and that's important because this means that these notes are diatonic, meaning they're within the key of C. Alright, so those are all of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come back. You might say like, oh, this is basic, lean on me sounding thing, but no, I'm about to keep going, and you're gonna see how this foundation really builds. Alright, so now you can invert this. I never used to do that. You can invert it. So you do it. Everything we just did, but we just take this note and we throw it to the top. Just keep going. Alright? Now you invert it again. These chords are still the same names, they're just inverted. C major root position, C major first inversion, C major second inversion, and the next one is the same thing, 2, D minor root position, D minor first inversion, D minor second inversion. All right, now this is where it sounds really nice. All right, so now we're gonna go to, I'm gonna say like 7th scale of chords, right? So we did basic triads, which was like 3 notes. Now we're gonna do 4-note chords, basically. So this is C major 7th, as you see on the screen, and it's 7 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is at the top. All right, but what you always need to remember is that the left and the right hand come together. So is this the same thing as it? This is the same thing as this, right? So why can't we just move this down here? All right, but as you can also see, this Chordie app is really nice. You can see that it's showing that an E minor is over the C. All right, so that's the 3rd tone is over the 1, basically. But that's something you can use as reference to like do something real quick. But you still need to remember that it's still C major 7, no matter where the bass note is, right? So we're just gonna do the same thing we did with the basic triads. So we do 1, C major 7, 2, D minor 7, 3, E minor 7, 4, F major 7. This is a different one. This is not G major 7. This is G dominant 7, right? This is G major 7, right? This. But we have to flatten this 7th note. Why 7? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And we gotta flatten this normal 7th note in a G major scale to this F. And once you do that, it makes it a 7th or dominant 7. So like I said, a lot of times we don't play the root in our right hand. We just put it to the left hand. So we have that in the right and this in the left, right? So that's one of the first changes. Because remember, G was major when we did basic triads, but now it's dominant when you do 7ths. But all of them are 7ths still. Alright, so G7, A minor 7. It's another change. It's not B diminished. Some people call it half diminished, but what this is it's a B minor 7 flat 5, as it says. And how do we know this? Alright, why is it that? Like we were just on a diminished before, right? Alright, I'm gonna show you why. So this is the B minor scale. So right? So we got notes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? So we have the 1, the 3, and the 5. This is B minor. 6, 7. So that's B minor 7. And all we did was flatten the 5 because this note's not in the key of C. And then we just have it like that, and then put it in the right hand. And back to C major 7. Right? Do the same thing, invert it. Before I do that, this is really C major first inversion and second inversion, third inversion, but that gives that tension. So like I said, most times we leave out the root in the right hand, so we're gonna do it like that and invert it that way. So this E is gonna go to the top like that, but we're gonna move it down the octave, so it's gonna be like this. Alright, and you can invert it again. Alright, before I move on, I'm gonna actually show you how I saw this scale of chords. I didn't even know it as a scale of chords before when I was learning the song. but how it was implemented in an Alicia Keys song. This 7 scalar chords was implemented in Alicia Keys' If I Ain't Got You. So it's in this key of G major, right? So it starts on the 4. That's what it did. It started on the 4, and it did this arpeggiated. See, went to the 2. 3 of G, 2 to the 4. Right, and then it has a da, 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 1 to 2 to the 3 to the 4. Alright, I believe I did like this, but that was wrong. I meant to do that, alright? For the 3 minor 7. Alright, so that's how you can see right there how it's being implemented. So that's one example right there. Also, when we're doing this one, see that chord right there? People always, they just told me, alright, just memorize this chord. Right, memorize this chord, put that or like that. But no, it's an actual name, and it's from this chord that we just did here. And then we invert it, and we invert it again. And that's what that chord is. It's a B minor 7 flat 5, because we started it off how we did. We built that foundation of chords, that scale of chords, and 7ths. All right. So like I said, this is what usually falls on these tones of the scale and these numbers, but not always, because sometimes you may see the 3 is major. Why I say it's major? Because it's a C over it. But oftentimes I just say it's almost like an inversion, right? Because this is root position, it's just on the 3, and E is also in the key. It's not in the key, my bad. It's one of the chords in C major. Then all the time, you know, when you put the 1 over the 5, look, that's just an inversion right there, second inversion. Same thing for, right, when people do, that's all they're doing, is this, and then 4, 5, 1. Or we say 6, 7, 1, but it's really just this going to the 3rd of that key, and then this going to the 3rd of that key. Alright? So, I hope this lesson is helpful, and you can really understand what I'm saying in this lesson, and really, you know, get different things from this, because once I learned this, it really helped me understand the different chords I'm playing and expand, because I'm right here, but you can expand it even more. You can go to the 9, and then, you know, then this is gonna be out the key now. But that's if you want to do like a movement like that, whatever, you know. So you can continue to expand, but remember, start off with your basic triads, then to the 7s. All right. So like I said, I really hope this helped, and you guys take care. God bless.